In a heartwarming interview that has captured hearts across social media, we witnessed one of the most genuine displays of fatherly pride and wisdom. The conversation revealed intimate details about relationships, family dynamics, and the beautiful moments that happen when two families come together to celebrate love. The interviewer began by acknowledging the evident pride of a father watching his son find happiness. The response was immediate and filled with genuine emotion. There's something truly special about witnessing two young people who are completely devoted to each other. The happiness radiating from this relationship has been impossible to ignore, and it represents the kind of joy that families dream of seeing in their children. When asked about involvement in recent romantic developments, an interesting dynamic emerged. Rather than waiting to be approached for guidance, this caring father took a more proactive role. Sometimes the best advice comes not when requested, but when offered with love and urgency. The revelation that pictures of an engagement ring had been shared weeks earlier showed just how serious these intentions had become. What makes this story particularly touching is how both families recognized the inevitable nature of this union. When you see your children experiencing unprecedented happiness, certain conclusions become obvious. The mutual recognition between families that something special was developing created an atmosphere of anticipation and excitement. The involvement of Taylor Swift's father, Scott, adds another layer to this beautiful narrative. When Travis Kelce approached Scott Swift for permission to propose, the response was both humorous and telling. Rather than simply granting permission, Scott essentially asked when this proposal would actually happen. This reaction demonstrates how both families had been watching this relationship bloom and were eager to see it reach its natural conclusion. If you're enjoying these insights into celebrity relationships and family dynamics, make sure to subscribe for more exclusive content and behind-the-scenes stories that you won't find anywhere else. The timeline reveals fascinating details about the planning process. Originally, there were elaborate plans for a proposal that would coincide with international travel to Brazil. The intention was to create a grand production, something memorable and spectacular that would match the magnitude of their feelings for each other. However, wisdom from experienced fathers would ultimately reshape these plans. The advice given represents timeless truth about love and commitment. The location, the spectacle, the elaborate planning, none of these elements determine the significance of a proposal. What makes the moment special isn't where it happens or how much money is spent on the setting. The magic comes from the sincerity of the question being asked and the love behind it. This perspective challenges our culture's obsession with perfect proposals and social media-worthy moments. While there's nothing wrong with wanting to create beautiful memories, the emphasis should always remain on the emotional significance rather than the external presentation. A proposal on the side of the road can be every bit as meaningful as one in the most exotic location on earth. The phrase about getting it done rather than overthinking the perfect moment resonates with anyone who has experienced the paralysis of wanting everything to be perfect. Sometimes the best moments happen when we stop planning and start acting from the heart. This advice reflects decades of life experience and understanding about what truly matters in relationships. The dynamic between the two fathers also reveals something beautiful about modern relationships. When families embrace a union wholeheartedly, it creates a foundation of support that strengthens the couple's bond. Having both sets of parents not just approve but actively encourage the relationship demonstrates the kind of family support that helps marriages thrive. This story also highlights how genuine happiness is recognizable to those who love us most. When family members notice unprecedented joy in someone they care about, it speaks to the transformative power of the right relationship. The repeated emphasis on never having seen such happiness underscores just how special this particular connection has been. Before we wrap up, if you found this analysis of celebrity relationships and family wisdom valuable, hit that subscribe button to stay updated on more content that goes beyond the headlines to explore the human stories behind the fame. The interview ultimately presents a masterclass in parental wisdom and family values. Instead of complicated advice or lengthy discussions about readiness, the message was beautifully simple. When you know, and when you know, don't wait. This kind of straightforward guidance often proves most valuable because it cuts through uncertainty and fear. The warmth and authenticity displayed throughout this conversation remind us that behind all the celebrity status and public attention, these are real families experiencing real emotions. The joy of parents watching their children find love transcends fame and fortune, representing one of life's most universal and precious experiences. This story serves as a reminder that the best relationships have the enthusiastic support of family, that the best proposals come from genuine emotion rather than perfect planning, and that sometimes the wisest advice is also the simplest. When love is real, everything else is just details.